Now we're going to take a tour of a Prestige postcode through the eyes of a local agent. This week we're looking at Brighton in Victoria with Follett & Co agent Calum Brownlie, who joins me now. Calum, what is it that makes Brighton so popular? Tell us a bit about it.
Well, it's hard to narrow down to one particular thing, but Brighton, for anyone that doesn't know, is about 11 kilometres south of the Melbourne CBD, so you're in a great location in the Bayside City Council, which, if the name doesn't give it away, is by the bay, and has some of the best beaches in Melbourne, some beautiful cycling and walking paths that go along the beach. So the scenery there is absolutely stunning, and with that comes, they've set an incredibly high standard for the types of properties that are there, which tends to attract a lot of very wealthy and affluent people. On top of that, Brighton's got some of the most highly rated schools in all of Melbourne, which again puts a lot of demand for family buyers looking to get family and kids into those school zones.
Yeah, and you talk about this affluent crowd that lives in Brighton. There's some pretty well-known names and faces there, aren't there? Who might you recognise walking through the streets of Brighton?
Well, it's funny you say that. If you're going down for dinner at Church Street in Brighton, there's some amazing restaurants. There's countless people. I'd be surprised if you didn't see someone, but to name a few, Eric Banner, Kathy Freeman, Shane Warne, Michael Klim, Nick Rewaltz, they all live in Brighton. So there's plenty of people that you might stumble into.
Now, one of the things Brighton's really well known for is those beach boxes. Why do they cost so much?
Well, look, I guess it's supply and demand. There is only 85 of them on Dendy Beach. There's a long history with them. They've been moved, they've come back, but trying to get your hands on one, there aren't many to go around.
What do you do with a beach box if you've got one?
Well, look, there's, in the summertime now, if you go down past the beach, you'll see plenty of people surfing, plenty of people that are windsurfing. There is just a hustle and bustle at the beach, so having easy access to get your gear from the box into the water makes it a lot easier.
What's the local sort of strip like? I mean, you've mentioned that there's some great restaurants. Is there good shopping and things like that as well?
Oh, absolutely. Brighton's got 3 different train stations. Each of them has its own shopping strip with different restaurants. So there is plenty to go around. Brighton's got 2 individual movie theatres. So there is more than enough to take up a nice day going out with friends and family.
Yeah, now tell us about some of the recent sales that have been significant for you. Lynch Crescent, that was one with an amazing renovated basement. Tell me about that.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an amazing family home which suited the area perfectly. When you go into the basement, there was a 4-car basement garage. Through there's an individual wine cellar as well as a theatre room. Then heading upstairs, they had the most beautiful kitchen and living space with these wraparound floor-to-ceiling windows that looked out onto the pool and out onto the cabana area outside. So for entertaining or family space, that house was just amazing.
Now, another one sort of in that similar price bracket, that 4 to 5 million area of the market, Huntingfield Road. You said it didn't go to market.
Yes, so we met the owners and proceeded to get things ready. With this higher end type of buyer, a lot of them are a bit more private. So we took some buyers through a 17 Huntingfield before actually going online, and one of the buyers fell in love with it and bought it for just under 5 million within a day. And
does that happen a lot in the Brighton property market? People just fall in love with it and they're happy to pay whatever's going?
Well, the saying that I've always heard is that it's not how long the property's been on the market, it's how long the buyer's been in the market looking. So for us, it's just a matter of having good relationships with these buyers to make sure that when the right thing comes up, we know exactly what they're looking for and can introduce them at the right time.
And what have you got on the market at the moment that's worth a look?
So there's one at the moment we have, which is a beautiful, brand new, it's just been finished, townhouse at 1C Lindsay Street in Brighton. That was designed by a well-renowned local architect, Martin Frederick. He's done an absolutely amazing job. The second you go into this, it's got this spiral staircase that is, it's not a staircase, it's a feature, it's a sculpture. But again, that's been designed. We've got a lot of demand for downsizers. So this has been designed exactly for that. Very low maintenance. You've got an elevator going from the basement up to the first floor. 4-car parking in the basement below with plenty of storage. Downstairs you've got a massive home office, so you could work from home if you wanted to. And upstairs you've got 3 beautiful bedrooms, incredibly large, and each of them has their own ensuite, which is nice.
Well, it really stretches the description of a townhouse, doesn't it? There's another one at Wilson Street that's worth a mention.
Yeah, absolutely. One of the big demands in Brighton we've been seeing at the moment is, again, there's a lot of downsizers looking that don't want to move too far from the area, and they don't want to compromise on the luxury that they've had in their time in Brighton. 13 Wilson is a great example of that, again designed by a local designer, Mark Franick, who's a brilliant guy. He's building these properties at the moment. They're 6 incredibly large 3-bedroom apartments. There's only 2 left at the moment for sale, but the whole point of this is just to have something that people can go straight into, single level, so perfect for downsizers and incredibly large and spacious.
Yeah, absolutely. Calum Brownlie from Follett & Co. Thank you so much for walking us around Brighton tonight. It was great to have a look. Thank you.
Thank you.